Can you see the screen? It's shared, right? Still shared, right? Okay. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Wassalatu wassalamu ala Sayyidina Muhammadin Ashrafil Mursaleen wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Amma ba'd. Okay, so we'll now continue to do our meanings in Sarf. Yes, what are the different meanings when we use the different families? I'll just go a quick run through of the different families. And I'd like to highlight here, yes, when we put, for example, number 1 as ta'addi, this would be the normal meaning. When you use fa'ala, we actually mean a verb that is transitive, yes? And the others will come in, but you will have to see the context. But the primary meaning is actually ta'adiyah when you use fa'ala. Yeah, so you will only know whether it is not transitive and it doesn't make the verb transitive.
Transitive, what does it mean? Sorry.
It means that the verb can take a maf'ul. Yeah, the verb can take a maf'ul, and then we know that a verb can take a maf'ul up to 3 maf'uls. This is the maximum number of maf'uls a verb can take. Okay, so for example, you can say something like Ahmad told Ali that Daud is generous. Okay, so Ahmad is the fa'il. Told Ali, the first maf'ul, told Ali that what was it? Zaid, for example, a second maf'ul is generous, the third maf'ul. That's the maximum number of maf'uls transitive fi'il can take. Yeah. All right. So that's fa'ala. Then we have fa'ala. Fa'ala normally means an action that is done in relation to another person. Okay. Fa'ala. And then the rest, like I said, the other meanings will come in if you see it doesn't seem to be like an action that's done with someone else. Yeah, musyarakatah is to do things together. So it doesn't seem to be like an action that's done with other people. So then you look at the alternative meanings. Yeah, so always go for the first one first. Then there's af'ala. This is also another form of fi'il that means that the verb can take a maf'ul. So we also call it ta'addi. Yeah, this is family 4. Then all the other things will come in as well. Yeah, so you have to look at the context. Then you'll see whether it's doing all the others or not. And for example, kasrah, meaning that there's a great thing or thing. So if it's talking about maybe as-sajara, as-sajara means a lot of trees, you know that it's not transitive. Yes, as-sajara, we know to grow trees is not something that is transitive. So you know then you have to look at something else. Because growing trees itself is already an act. Okay, so it can't be transitive. Now, tafa'ala, the first thing is to show compliance, mutawa'ah. Then all the rest will come in. Yeah, mutawa'ah, something that follows an action. Yeah, for example, I gave him food to eat and so she ate. So she ate. That is the tafa'ala bit. Yeah, because she is following what you're telling her to do. No, please, this is food, please eat, and she eats. And then there is tafa'ala. This one is doing something between 2 people or more. Okay, not just 2 people. Just now was 2 people. This one is more. Yeah, so just now with the fa'ala family, if I'm not mistaken. Is it fa'ala family? Let's just go back again. Masyarakatah. Oh, sorry, the fa'ala family. Yes, this is also musyarakah, but this is between 2 people. The one that we're looking at now is this one. This is more than 2 people. Yeah, 2 or more people. Then it'll come in the other meanings. Mutawa'ah, tazahur. Yes, when you pretend to be something. And tadaraj, when you're doing something gradually. So tanazzalu means to reveal gradually. Yeah, tanazzalu would mean to reveal gradually. Then we had infa'ala. Infa'ala is also another mutawa'ah because it's always lazim. This verb is always lazim. It means we do not have a maf'ul with this. It only has a fi'il and a fa'il. Yeah. Inqalaba. So it's being turned. Yeah. It's not doing the turning, but it itself is being turned. Then we have if'ala. Now this one is the color group. Remember, we learned family 9. This is the color group. And this is, of course, always lazim. Yes, so it's actually basically fi'ils or verbs that come with the meaning of color or a defect of some kind. Yeah, physical defect. Like you have one eye, you're limping, or you can't speak. Yeah, so you will use this form, if'ala. Yeah. So in one example here is isfara al-lemon. This is the lemonade. The lemonade turned yellow. Yeah, it was green originally. Now it's ripened. It's become yellow. Then we have iswada. We're talking about faces in the Quran. There were some faces that were black, became black, and there were faces that were white. Sorry, ibiyad is white, right? This is red. This is probably in anger. So red, white, and black. Yes, so these are verbs that denote color or physical defects. A'awara, for example, is a one-eyed person, someone who lost his eye, maybe in battle, and so on and so forth. Okay, so now, today, we're going to look at the last two families. We haven't done family 8, and we haven't done family 10. Okay. If ta'ala is family, Sister Pia, what family is it?
Strata and Strata and alif.
Yeah, strata with alif. Yes. If ta'ala is your family.
8.
Yes, 8. Alhamdulillah.
Oh, yeah, few star. Okay. I was like blank. Apa?
I see that Sister Kasma has had her breakfast. You see, Sister
Just
Kasma.
had a sip of coffee.
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
Because Sister Pia's kueh pao is still in the steamer on her oven. She'll need to get
No,
it. I think.
I'm eating it now.
Oh, you're eating it now. Okay. Coffee woke you up. Alhamdulillah, Sister Kasma. So this is also mutawa'ah. So we'll see examples of this. Yeah. So then it will remind us of the other families that also have the same meaning. So what are the other families that have the same meaning? This is family 8. And then we saw just now, so mutawa'ah would be, for example, tafa'ala. This is also mutawa'ah. Yes, this would be family 5, tafa'ala. Yes, and then the other family that has the meaning of mutawa'ah is, of course, infa'ala. Yeah, the one that is always lazim, family 7. So now we come to the third family, which primary meaning is mutawa'ah.
Watch phone, Mariam.
Okay.
Sorry.
It's okay. So musyarakah as well, it has this meaning. It has this meaning of ittahaza. This one we should always remember because this comes from the same family. Yes, the word ittahaza comes from family 8, to take something to use. And we have mubalaghah fi ma'na of the verb. Okay, so that means you really go all out when we use the verb in this form. Yeah. Okay, let's see the examples. Inshallah, it will become clearer. So we have here Jama'a Zaidun. This is our fi'il madin. This is our fa'il. Yes. So Zaid asked the people. This is maf'ul and nasa. So what did they do? So they gathered. Zaid asked the people to gather. And so the people gathered. Yes. Ijtama'a is the fi'il madin of family 8. And this is your maf'ul. So Zaid gathered the people, so the people gathered. So this is what you mean by to show compliance. In this case, iktaraba linnas. Now this is an example that I got off from our access book on Sarf. Yeah, iktaraba. And it says that it is with this meaning, mutawa'ah. So I just put it here because they gave the example, but you won't see it as clear as this. No, this example says that Zaid gathered the people, so the people gathered. But in this case, it just says ever closer to people draws their reckoning. Yeah, iqtaraba is to come closer. Yeah, to come closer. So I assume there must have been a request for them, no, a call for them when they were brought up from their graves and so on and so forth. There must have been a munada who called them to come. And so they came. They came closer to draw to their reckoning when you have your hisab. Yeah. All right. Then while they turn away heedless, this one we will have to look at the surah because I didn't really look at the whole thing. Okay? But this is what I can understand. It's probably that they have been called or they've been beckoned to come. So there were people who came, and while they turned away heedless. I'm not too sure about this, but this is the example that was given. And maybe do you know about this example, or this is the first time that you see it as well? Inshallah. Sister Kasma, what do you think? This is Surah Anbiya. And and Anbiya here, let me see whether I can call it up. 21:1. Maybe we can try and look at the context.
What was your question?
Why did they say this was mutawa'ah? Because the book says that this is mutawa'ah. So I wasn't sure why. Here, this is the first ayah of Surah Anbiya. And the meaning is mutawa, meaning to obey. So iqtaraba here is as if the people obeyed. They came to, this is, the translation is from Sahih. Sometimes I use this one. Draws near for mankind a reckoning. So I am not sure why they put this under the category of obeying. Iqtaraba linnas. Yeah. So this is why I'm asking, but I put it there because this is the example. Closer and closer to mankind comes the reckoning. So the reckoning is the one that is the fa'il. Yeah, hisabu is the looks like it. The reckoning is coming. Yeah. So I'm not sure why they put this under mutawa'ah. I will leave it there because this is the example given to us in our Sarf textbook from Bayina. But if I find out more about this, then maybe we can discuss this next lesson or something. But this one you have not come across before, yeah, Sister Kasma? No, I think no. All right. Sometimes when we do tafsir. Okay, so the second one is musharaka. So we're still family 8, and we're talking about something that you do with another person or in relation to another person. So here is, this is ifta'ala. So this is ishtaraka Zaidun wa Ahmad. Yeah. So the translation is roughly Zaidun ishtaraka is in the company of Ahmad. Yeah, both of them. Oh, here is participate. Okay, so Zaid and Ahmad participated. Yeah. And here Zaid and Ahmad had a difference of opinion. Yeah, so this is what they do together. They both participated, whatever it was they participated in. And in this case, both of them differed in opinion. And as you can see, both are fa'il. And that's why we say that this action is shared between two people because both of them are fa'il. So you don't have a maf'ul bihi here. We actually have two fa'ils. So this is if ta'ala with the meaning of musharaka. Then we have if ta'ala, or another example I have here from the Quran. So this iktatala, ihtalafu, iktatalu. So here they fought against each other. So again, we see two people doing things, two groups of people. Then ikhtalafu, obviously these two groups of people, they differed in what they believed. Some believed, some disbelieved in Allah, yes, subhanahu wa ta'ala. Iktatalu is both of them fought against one another. So there are two parties fighting against each other because they didn't believe the same thing. Yeah. So this is musharakata from the Quran. Right. So the first one was just now mutawa'ah, to obey. The second one is musharakata. And now ittighaza. This is the word from family 8 itself. To take something to use. Okay, so here ihtatama. Ihtatama is when you take a ring. So here's maf'ul bihi. Then here iktala. Ittahaza kailan, to take a dry measure. So we see this example in the Quran. Allazina izaktalu. So this is iktalu. Alan nasi yastawuna. Yes, so who when they take a measure. So iktalu here is to take a measure, just like here we saw here. This is for whom, yeah, that's why it's become iktalu, to take a measure from people, they take in full. But when they give to the people, they cheat. So these are, which kaum is this? Who are the people who cheated in this way? Whose kaum was this? I can't remember. Was it Nabi Shu'aib's people, or whose people did this? Shortchanged. No, no bell. Can't remember. Saleh was the camel. Yes, Shu'aib. The one.
I think, yeah, the one Nabi Musa marry her daughter, kan?
Oh no, that one is Nabi Lut. Those were the ones who had sex with the same gender.
No, Nabi Musa
This
married
is.
Nabi Shu'aib daughter, no?
Oh,
And
there
work for
there is actually ikhtilaf whether that Shu'aib is actually Nabi or Shu'aib of someone else. So, or whether Nabi Musa actually married Nabi Shu'aib's daughter, because the timing was not quite right. So there was some discrepancy. So we're not really sure whether it is that Shu'aib. Is that Shu'aib mentioned is the Shu'aib that is the prophet because of the timeline. Yeah. So, but I think Shu'aib is the one where the people did not give in full. Because I'm thinking Nabi Saleh is the camel, Nabi Lut are the ones who are homosexuals, right? And then Nabi Musa, of course, Fir'aun. And then which one? Which Nabi? What other Nabi is famous? Hud. Nabi Hud is Nabi Noah, of course, the floods. Nabi Hud, what did the Nabi Hud's people do?
Not sure. I know it's the bird, right?
Nabi Hud is, no, that would be Sulaiman. Nabi Sulaiman would be the bird.
Yeah.
So Hud. We have forgotten our Nabis. Subhanallah. Got to go and read up again. Inshallah, we will do that. Okay, let's continue. Then we have the one that says go all out. Mubalagha in terms of the action. Yeah, in terms of the action. So we say ijtahada. This one we know very well. Ijtahada is to do ijtihad when you do when you work very hard. Yeah. So in this case, Zai worked hard at studying. Yeah, that is to study. And iqtala'a Zaidu. Iqtala'a Zaidun should be Zaidun. Yes, Ashajara. So here, Zaid, he had to pull out a tree, and of course it took effort. Yes. Qala'a is to uproot, to tear out. So he has a tree he had to pull out. So obviously that is going to take effort. So we don't just say Zaid tala'a. We said Zaid iqtala'a. Yeah, he uprooted, tore out the tree. It took a great deal of his effort to do this. Iktasaba, we know this. In the word iktasaba, what you have earned, right? So I've translated in this way, but we can also say that Zaid went all out to do wrong. So this fellow, he went all out to do wrong. Okay, Zan is to do sins. Yeah, Azan is actually sins. So he was one of those guys who just kept on doing wrong. Yeah. So if ta'ala here means to go all out to do something, put in effort. That's why it's called mubalagha fi ma'na al-fi'l. Yeah. So now this one is the example from the Quran. This one we know very well from Surah Al-Baqarah. لا يكلف الله نفسا إلا وسعها لها ما كسبت وعليها ما اكتسبت. Yeah, Allah burdens not a person beyond his scope. He gets reward for that good which he has earned, and he is punished for that evil which he has done. Yeah, all right. Then we go to family 10. Istaf'ala. Istaf'ala. To request. Yeah, to request. This is the normal meaning for istaf'ala, the first meaning. Then we have something called at-tahawul, at-tashabbuh. Yeah, at-tahawul, at-tashabbuh. So what's this? To turn from something to something else, or to try to be similar to someone else, meaning that you're trying to change yourself. Yeah, tahawul is just hawla, your condition, and to make it something else. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you're right. It's shu'aib.
It's shu'aib. Alhamdulillah. Sometimes we need to keep on reminding ourselves, if not we lose touch.
Go again and again and again.
And you know, I thought it was for us as well, Sister Kasma, but looks like the youngsters like Sister Pia also has the same problem. I blame the food. I blame the food.
The food.
Yes. Oh, dear God. Yes, this is also comply, but the main meaning for istaf'al is actually to request. And this is another one. Ikhtisar al-hikayah. Which other family also does abbreviation? Which other family also does abbreviation? Let me see. Ikhtisar. This is family 2. Fa'ala also has abbreviation. Ikhtisar al-hikayah. Yeah. So we saw the different examples, but this one I would like to ask you, because there's something that we do every day. We do every day in our prayers. Yeah, before we recite the Quran. But just to maybe, how do you say? Let's do talaba first, then we go back there. So that means when we say istighfara, we are asking for forgiveness. Yeah, obviously. So wasta'inu bis-sabri was-salah. This is another ayat from Surah Baqarah. This is when we seek help. Yeah, we're requesting for help with patience and prayer. Yeah, beautiful one, this one. Wasta'inu bis-sabri was-salah. And we say that innaha lakabiratun ila alal khashiin. This is difficult except for those who fear or know Allah. Yeah. So wasta'inu bis-sabri was-salah. I have a call. Hold on. Yes. Bye. Hello. Yeah, sorry. My daughter was asking whether there's breakfast. So I said no power on the steam. Okay, alhamdulillah. Normally I make for her breakfast, but today I had no time. Poor thing. The one who just had the operation. Okay, alhamdulillah. So now we go on. What is this tasqa? What is this tasqa? What is this tasqa? This is when Musa asked for water for his people. Yeah, istasqa is to ask for water. There you go. All right. So we go for the second example. Misogynos at-talaba. This is the one that is at-tahawul, at-tashbih. So when we say something like this, istahjaratin, we mean that the mud became rock. Okay, asbaha also means to become, remember? So the mud became, I saw rock. So you put a stone or something hard. The mud, when it becomes dry, of course, it becomes hard. Yeah. And then ista'sadal jundi. Yeah, ista'sadal jundi. So this is a soldier. So we say here he is tashabbahu Sahasha baru. This is al-jundi. Al-jundiya. Yeah, this is because it's nakis. Bil asad. The soldier was like a lion. Yes. Ista asadal jundiyu. The soldier became like a lion, if you want. Yeah. Or the soldier was like a lion. So this is the meaning for istafala. Another meaning for it. Then we come to this one, which is a bit difficult to pronounce. I'taqadu. I'taqadu is actually the Mazda. Yeah, the Mazda. It's also from family 8, not family 10, family 8. So it's let me see. I'taqada, ya'taqidu, i'tiqadan. Oh yeah, okay. I'tiqadan. Mu'taqidun will be your isim fa'il. Mu'taqadan. Mu'taqadun will be your isim maf'ul. Yeah, but i'tiqadu is actually your masdar. This is light because this is idafa. That's why we have majrur. Yeah. So this is when you believe that someone has or something has a certain quality. So when you say here istakrama, again past tense, Zaidun your fa'il, Ahmada is your maf'ul. So istakrama Zaidun Ahmada. This means that i'taqada, Zaidun i'taqaba, he believed that an Ahmad is generous. Yes, he believed. So an Ahmadu, remember this is an masdariyah. It makes your fi'il into a masdar. This two combination here becomes a masdar. And this masdar is fi mahali rafa mubtada. An Ahmada qarimun. Yes, so Ahmad is generous. Yeah, you get that right? So mubtada habar. So i'taqada Zaidun an Ahmada karimun. Yeah. So Zaidun thought or believed that Ahmad is generous. Another or was generous. Ista'azama Zaidun Ahmada. So here obviously Zaid thought that Ahmad was great. Okay. But he didn't turn out to be a great guy after all. Yeah. So this is Zaid thought that Ahmad was great. Yeah. Taqada. And mutawa'ah. Here. Remember about obeying. So what is here that is being obeyed? Ahkama. Ahkama. Ahkama is actually to be firm on something. Yeah. So Zaidun, this is your Mazda. This is your Mazda ghalkan or ghalkun, ghalkin. Yes. Which is being used like a fi'il. Yeah. Ghalkan baba is like the closing of the door, but this is not idafa. You see, we see that it is not idafa. Yeah, so we know that this ghalqa is actually being used as a verb, and this is its maf'ul bihi. It has actually taken a maf'ul. So ahkama Zaidun ghalqal baba fastahkama. So it's basically saying that Zaid closed the door firmly, and so it became firmly closed. Yeah, fastahkam. It became firmly closed. The closing part is not said here, but it's understood from this part of the sentence. Yeah, Zaidun closed the door firmly, and it became firmly closed. Yeah, so in this way, we see that the door obeyed and was affected by the effort of Zaid. Here, aqama Zaidunil umuda fastaqam. Yeah, so aqama fastaqam. So this is the obeying part. Umud, what is umud? It's a pillar, yeah, like imad. Imad and umud, these are pillars. So Zaid erected the pillar vertically straight. A comma is to stand up straight, yes. And so it became straight. Yes, fastaqam. With istaqam, there can be the meaning of request. We saw just now, istaghfara. But in this case, we know that it can't be a request. Yeah, because he's doing the erection. So he's not actually requesting the pillar to stand straight. He's actually made it straight. Yeah, and the pillar became straight. So that's why I said, although the primary meaning for istafala is to request, but when you see the context doesn't fit that meaning, then you start looking at the other meanings that are possible. Yeah, but always give the first priority first, the first meaning first. Now we come to my favorite list like this. I don't know why. When you abbreviate things, just like family too. Fa'ala also has this meaning of ikhtisarul hikayah. So we have here istarja'a zaidun, istarja'a rajun, rajim ain, when you go back. So this means basically Zaidun said, Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. Yeah, istarja'a. So here that was my question just now earlier on. I said there is one action we do every day in our recitation, even before Bismillah. And it uses family 10. What's this recitation that we do? What is it called?
Tak sure.
You will say this before Bismillah. There is a term for this saying. This is why it's this. Sorry? Yes. Okay. We call it isti'aza. Yeah, isti'aza. Yeah, isti'aza. Yes, ta'awuz is right. What Sister Anu said. Ta'awuz is family what? Ta'awuz? Is that? Oh no, ta'awuz is from, which one has ta'liman? Ta'awuz, because it is a word with vowel. Tak tahu. Okay, remind me about ta'awuz when we do. Okay, so this is ista'azat. Why is it ista'azat? Because this is Sharifah. Yeah, it's a lady who's doing this. So Sharifatun ista'azat. Ista'azat Sharifatun. So this is your fa'il. This is your family 10 Madin. A'udzu billahi minasyaitonir rajim. Yeah, so Sharifah said, A'udzu billahi minasyaitonir rajim. Okay, alhamdulillah. So now we've done all our families. I have not left out anything, inshallah. Then this is just a note for you. Yes, to remember that the general rule is when you add more letters, you add more meanings. Yeah. But in rare cases, when they add more letters, the Arabs, when they added more letters, there was no additional meaning, no new meaning. Okay, maybe, like I said, it sounds nicer. Maybe it's a line of poetry. It balanced the poetry better. Whatever it is, the reason, we have no idea. But there are rare cases when they add and it doesn't have extra meaning. So just give you an example in the case of istafala, because we're under family 10. So here's still my note on this. So it comes with the meaning of a three root letter verb, okay, which means mujarrad. You know, your fi'il sulasi is your mujarrad because there's no additional letters. Yeah, like hatta iza istayasa. Yeah, hatta iza istayasa rusulu, until the messengers despaired. So this is Istayasa is to despair. The meaning is to despair. Yeah. So istayasa is the same meaning as ya'isa. So this is a mahmuz. This is a sulasi that is mahmuz because there's hamzah in the middle. The root letters are ya, hamzah, sin. Yeah. So this is another example. Istaqarra. So what I'm saying here is that there is no difference between the family 10 version with the mujarrad version. It still means the same, to despair. Yeah? Not to say that they seek to despair. They didn't seek to despair. They just despaired. Okay, just normal. Istaqarra fil makani, qara fil makani. So it's the same as your mujarrad. Yeah, same as your mujarrad. To settle in a place, to settle down in a place. Istaqarra. We see this in Surah Baqarah as well. Number of places. Istaqarun. Istaqarun. Mustaqarun. Actually, mustaqarun wa mustaqarun. When mustaqarun. Yeah, I forgot already. Never mind. I was trying to memorize this and I can't remember. In the above examples, adding of the three letters did not mean adding to the meaning. Yeah. So when we added alif sin ta, it still had the same meaning as the mujarrad. So this is one way it can come, one form it can come. And the other form is maybe similar to family 4. The same meaning as family form. Yeah. So istajaballahu ad-du'a. Yeah. So istajaballahu ad-du'a. So this means Allah answered their prayer. Allah did not seek to answer their prayer. Yeah. But Allah answered their prayer. So there is no request here. Istajaba means Allah answered the dua. So this is the same meaning as that of the four-letter verb af'ala. So what is the meaning of the four-letter verb that is primary? It is a transitive verb. There is a maf'ul. Okay, so what's the maf'ul here that we saw? What's the maf'ul here? Ad-du'a. Yes, this is your maf'ul. So ajaballahu ad-du'a. Then another example, istayqana mu'minu bil akhirah. So meaning that the Muslims believed in the akhirah. It's the same as ayqanal mu'minuna bil akhirah. Yeah, this one is a kasrah because of the ba, but this whole thing is actually fi mahali nasab maf'ul bihi. Yeah, ayqanal mu'minu bil akhirah. So the believer is certain, is sure, yakin about the akhirah. So alhamdulillah, we have finished our lesson for today. Any questions? We are 10 minutes early. Is it? How many minutes early we are? 20 minutes early, is it?
Alhamdulillah.
Almost 15 minutes early. Maybe I should have added more slides. So, yeah. Is there anything you would like to ask? And what I would like to do is, since you mentioned that it's nice to do exercises so that we can remember. Sorry?
I did not mention it.
Sister Bibi did this. She likes to do this. The exercises. So do you want exercises or not? Do you want exercise?
Yes.
Okay, so what I will do is I'll put up an exercise for you. I'll post the exercise.
Oh no, I thought we do it together.
Oh, you want to do it together?
I've got some other things to carry on.
Okay, so what we do is maybe next week we will spend about 10, like now, 10 to 15 minutes.
You
Is that
leave
all right?
about 20 minutes for exercise lah.
Yes, we leave about 20
Yeah,
minutes
because
for
without exercise,
exercise.
I won't remember.
So we'll do.
Theory will go in and out of my ear like lah, and then after that I forgot everything.
Inshallah. So we'll try next weekend. We try and do the exercise at the beginning or towards the end, because I want to start on Mazdas, the different type of Mazdas next week. So you prefer the exercise after that or before?
Which one better? Shall we do it in the beginning? You give us a chance to read it, to make sure that we read it before we start that class.
Okay, so I will give you the exercise when I finished it. Okay.
Yeah.
So whether you want to look at it or not look at it is up to you, but whatever it is, during the class, the first 20 minutes we'll do the exercise.
We're gonna do exercise after your
Mazda.
Your talk.
You want the new material first, or do you want to go back to the old material first and then only start the new material?
Better.
Which one is better?
I think do the exercise first kan, because it's related to this week punya lesson.
And hopefully it will wake you up. Inshallah. maybe.
You know, I won't remember until I do the exercise. So
okay. So
yeah, just testing your memory, is it?
yeah.
I'll prepare it before the class, then you can have a look at it if you have the time. If you don't have the time, we'll still go through it, but during the class. And then after the exercise, we will start our Mazdas. Okay? We have different type of Mazdas that you want to know.
Okay, inshallah.
Yeah, inshallah. Okay.
Then next week all again.
Then after the Mazda one, we have another exercise for Mazda.
Inshallah. All right. Subhanallah. Okay. Nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Ya. Okay.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Jazakallahu khairan katsiran. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi.
How do I stop the call? Here I am. Okay, Alhamdulillah. See you then. Assalamualaikum.
Okay, Assalamualaikum.